What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. Give me a thumbs up if you can see us, if you can hear us, if you can hear the music, if you can see the chart. I am super flustered because it's the first time I'm actually doing a live stream. Luckily, I have Sean next to me. He's the one who's like seasoned with all of these things.
Seasoned.
But yeah, give me a thumbs up. Tell me that you can hear us.
Yeah, seems good. Over here. How's it going, Ajay? How's it going, Julia and Patrick? We've got 3 ceilings in here. Right off the bat.
Is that a drink? Can I have a sip? Okay, yeah.
He says, like, I need a drink.
I need something. Okay. Alright. I could totally use a shot right now.
Do you want me to
Calm
grab you a
those
shot?
nerves down.
Do you want me to get you a shot?
I'm okay for now. But yeah, Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs a shot,
While,
guys.
while everyone's stressing over whether or not we actually got the ETF approval, Krisha's like stressing about the live stream.
Number 3 the second time around. Smash the like indeed, guys. Go ahead, smash the like, and we're going to get this party started to really dissect what's happening with Bitcoin. Apparently there's some fake news that came out on Bitcoin that possibly contributed to this very
We don't know if
amazing
it's
pump.
fake or not yet. I don't think we know if it's fake yet.
Okay,
It
but-
might be, the fake news might be the fact that it's fake.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
For those of you who are not aware of what's really going on, the ETF, there's news about the ETF, the Bitcoin ETF being approved, right? So the speculation is that the ETF is approved, and that's possibly why Bitcoin actually rallied. And for those of you wondering, okay, you know, how significant is this rally? Guys, we rallied all the way up to almost $30,000.
News doesn't matter, guys. You know why this really happened, right? All of this happened because we defended the weekly cloud. So let's set aside the news for now, okay? I know you guys want to jump into it. Let's talk about what we do best over here at Mango is we stay objective. And I was fully ready to turn bearish this morning, depending on what the weekly did or didn't do. And there were only 2 things I was looking for. We keep it simple, we keep it easy, we keep it stress-free. You know why? Because I want to objectively know when to know I'm wrong and exit my trades. That's why you guys keep things easy, no complexity needed. We're looking at one simple thing, weekly cloud. Do you have that all?
Let's do that. Let's get on over to the weekly cloud,
Okay,
and there
you
we
go.
have it.
Look at how Bitcoin held the bottom of that weekly cloud, right there, guys. Right? If we opened underneath, right? If we opened underneath, I was gonna turn bearish. I was gonna be looking for the key soon. That's as simple as that. That's why the cloud is every newbie's best friend, because it does everything for you. It does all the work for you. You just gotta follow it after. When life gets too complex, too difficult, and you wanna keep things easy, stress-free Mango, just use the cloud. Keep it simple, guys. It's a dynamic support and resistance and a trend indicator all in one. Let's summarize our trade, okay? We were looking for the big win, the trend trade, to $42,000 if we close above the 10K. We weren't close to doing that, so what are we looking for? Our wrong, where we're going to be wrong criteria, which was underneath the cloud. Underneath the cloud, that's it. Bitcoin looks straight towards the key zone, right? So it's drawing in all your levels for you. The blue tankin, the bottom of the cloud as your support, and over here is your next level if you lose the cloud. We held the cloud and the market pumped up, made up some fake news to get an excuse for the market pumping up. And you guys who are new here may think it's all so ridiculous, but this is how it happens over and over and over again. Okay, that's a good summary. Okay.
He's like, just the cloud, that's all you guys need. But yeah, we were looking at the cloud levels, but there was one more thing that this weekly actually held. Now, cloud support was a critical thing that we were looking for. Now, this technically still adds a bit more meat to what that edge-to-edge play, right? Essentially, from one edge of the cloud to the next edge of the cloud, which is only coming right now at around $42,000. But now, in addition to Bitcoin actually holding cloud support, there's one more thing that happened here. For those of you who have been following the dynamic levels, how did Bitcoin close relative to the dynamic cloud? This was the other sort of cornerstone indicator, that cornerstone support that we were looking for Bitcoin to hold, right? To really keep us at bay in terms of really, getting too overly bearish too soon, right? So we were looking at cloud support. Now these levels, Sean, look at how well we held. right?
Yeah.
And this what you need to understand is that Bitcoin actually lost the weekly 21 EMA. As far as the cloud supports are concerned, we held cloud support.
Yep, exactly.
Right? For those of you who want to take note of these numbers, once again, if you don't have access to the dynamic indicator, cloud support comes in from around $27,195 going all the way down to $26,444.
Yep. And again, we are constantly giving you guys an update every week. Every week we give you guys an update on these dynamic levels. So if you guys want to keep up with the levels, if you don't have access to dynamic, that is, just hit the subscribe button, because this has been acting fantastically well to keep you on the right side of the market. Now, does it need to be perfect? No, but it's really goddamn near perfect, right? And this is how easy you keep it, guys. Underneath the dynamic, just hedge your trades, or go bearish if you want to, but you just wait for it to reclaim the dynamic before you get bullish again, right? Again, we reclaimed it, switched our mindset, right? If we lost the dynamic, again, you go back down to being either hedged or being bearish. But that's what trading is. That's what trading is. You always have to manage your trade. But if things do go well, you get these big wins, right? And this is just the beginning of the market, guys. So again, every week we update you guys on these levels. Kushal, we got a great question by Christian Johnson. Can you tell me the difference between falling into green cloud support and getting into a red cloud finding support? That's a great question, because it's a little bit dynamic depending on the time frame you are playing. And let me explain why really quickly. Kusha,
Here.
Okay. We're using Kusha's trading view, so I don't know how to navigate around her
We have different
template.
trading view accounts, guys, because we started fighting at one point.
Yeah.
We're like, no, that's my template, don't delete it.
Okay, so something I've been explaining to all of you guys at the Mango community since December is that I am going to stay cautious to so we got bullish around this region, right?
Yeah.
Because we were looking at various, I laid out a long thesis for you guys as to why. But I said I'm only going to get bullish up to $42,000 as long as the cloud is red. Okay? As long as the cloud is red, I am only going to get bullish only up to 42,000. We get ultra bullish, look for the big parabolic trade when the cloud turns green. We historically showed you why, went through all the examples, and what's important to understand is that the cloud, Christian, is forward placed. So even though the cloud is red right now, you're seeing this big red cloud, it turned red a long time ago, okay? So this area of the cloud over here, it's 30 weeks ahead of time. So when you break into the weekly cloud, when you break into the green cloud, understand that it's, in a way, it's telling you what is to come way ahead of time, right? So this cloud over here was red all the way back. Let's go. It flipped red all the way back.
30.
We're looking at 30 bars, right?
Yeah, 30 bars. A few more. There
Right here. Right here, it turned red, right? So most of it is done. Most of it's done. So what we are looking for now is over time for to twist green, right? And is this your Bitstamp chart? And if you guys go and back test it, right, and do what the exercise I just did, you will see that it's when the cloud turns green that Bitcoin actually starts its parabolic rallies, right? We don't have that yet. We might be getting there soon because the 4-day is giving us the initial clue. The 4-day flipped green. This is not enough for me though yet, because the 4-day is kind of like half the weekly, right? It's comparing the 12 on the daily, for example. So yeah, the 4-day has turned green. This is good news. The weekly has ways to go. We'll be patient.
So you're still, for now, you're only looking at the max target of $42,000.
Yeah.
So 42K is still that major targets on the books, guys.
So at this point, right, again, something else that we talked about all the way back in December was that 32K was that interim level that we were worried about. But we said that if Bitcoin can consolidate around 32K instead of getting rejected and coming down, that's when we start increasing our target levels to 48,000, 50,000, right? And it spent a lot of time over here, a lot of time where the bears had enough opportunity to push price down and hasn't done so. This is one of the more longer term bull case scenarios, sacrificing short-term bullishness, right? So you sacrifice short-term bullishness for longer-term bullishness because it allows the cloud to come into equilibrium, right? This is giving time for the cloud to flip green.
Yeah. So guys, this trend, when the trend begins, I think it's going to be a sustained run. So this is a healthy picture so far for, well, the bulls. But I still believe that, okay, question is Bitcoin really, out of the woods right now? Quite honestly, no. And I think if there's any picture right now that really, has a clear depiction of where Bitcoin is at, it's in between a rock and a hard place. Okay, the rock being, well, bottom of the cloud right there. Let's actually just zoom in to this price action a bit more. Okay, we're looking at bottom of the cloud level. All right, and you see that green box that I have drawn out on my screen, that is essentially the dynamic support as well. So sort of marked it on top of each other. That way you get to see the confluence on that level. Okay, so this comes in at around, what was this, 27.1K. But now, that's the rock. The hard place, of course, is your Tenkin. So it's a squeeze right now, support and resistance squeeze. And you can see price has been ranging within this range from Tenkin all the way to the bottom of the cloud. Tenkin, guys, comes in at around 28.2K. We've been ranging there for the past 4 weeks, right? The bulls actually tried to break it today, but no, that's a hard freaking rejection. What do you think? That's a hard freaking rejection right there.
It's only Monday.
I guess.
If that wick fills up towards the end of the week, even if it fills up like past 50% of from the lower wick to the higher wick, from the low to the high, it's going to look bullish,
Yeah.
right? So, and we've often seen that. Now, we don't know whether the news is fake, do we? Apparently there's news that Bitcoin's ETF for BlackRock got approved, telegraphed by Cointelegraph. So
okay, I mean that's not a bad source.
yeah, but then they've
Right,
edited their post.
source.
They've edited their post to okay. So initially it said breaking: SEC approves iShares Spot ETF. Then they edited it to say breaking: SEC approves iShares Spot ETF reportedly. So I don't know.
They just wanted to jump the gun on the news. They're like, it's
Yeah.
gotta come from us first.
Let's wow.
Oh my god, no.
Damn.
It's
But it closed above.
this is Cointelegraph. As soon as they hit the edit button.
They shot at Bitcoin 30K. But guys, this gives you a glimpse as to how the market is going to react if the ETF actually does get approved.
Guys.
This is what I live with, guys. This is what I live with.
It's like candy, right? I think we're all freaking tired. We're all waiting on volatility that we deserve at this point. We've earned that upside volatility. And I truly believe anyone who's still in the crypto space right now after going through a grueling couple of years of just bear market, and it's been excruciating considering volatility's been so dead, you guys deserve the best bull run of your freaking life.
I know.
You guys
seriously.
deserve it. You're still here. You friggin' deserve it. But yeah, let's take questions. What about you guys? What's everyone thinking right now? Any questions? Primarily, any questions? I'm noticing on the Discord chat, some of you guys have like excellent analysis. Core is someone who's been posting a lot of, he's been posting a lot of his analysis and showing me like, and that's the amazing thing about communities, right? You guys post your analysis and then you bring something to my attention that I completely freaking forgot about.
Yeah,
right?
but it's hard to keep up. But crypto has grown to the point where simply being an influencer in your community and being the lead is setting yourself up for failure because there's way too many things to keep up with, right? So the Mango community together has been working together to find trade opportunities, which I love.
Yeah, so jump into the Discord chat if you're not already there. The mangoway.com/Discord. I think there should be a link in the description below. Hopefully there is a link in the description below. If not, then can one of the admins just add the link? Can you add how to become a millionaire during the next bull run in the Mango Sprouts? Yeah. Alina's like, can you add how to become a millionaire during the next bull run in the Mango Sprouts? I'm going to show you guys amazing trade strategies, and hopefully you can catch an amazing trade with that. I'm very, very excited for what's to come now in the Mango Sprouts. This is where things really get interesting. The foundations are done, and in fact, guys, that actually brings me to, Module 3 of the Mango Sprouts program is out. Okay, released it last night, so guys can go ahead and check it out. You'll find it. It's live. It's there. Yeah.
The unraveling. Yeah, but Alina actually has planted an idea in my head. I'm wondering whether I should actually do a section on just that, where we discuss 3 different account sizes and how you can turn that into a million, how you would want to manage risk differently, right? But then I'll need to flesh it out based on the personality type along with your life situation kind of thing, right? So I'll have to make like personas, right? I'm thinking of making that a project of mine. I will tell you one thing though, guys, the unraveling market movements and your trading style is probably, many of you who have experience in the markets are going to see why that's a really, really important module. Because if there's one thing that I wish we had when Krisha and I had started our journey trading these markets, is understanding what phase of the market cycle that we are in. It costed us way, way more. It was a $37,000 mistake on one single trade, guys, back in 2018. That, okay, right now you can be like, oh yeah, $37,000, that's extremely recoverable. But I want to show you, let's go back to the charts. Is this chart? Okay. I'm going to show you guys where that mistake happened, right? That mistake happened in this region over here, okay? Then I got my shit together, started trading extremely well with extreme discipline, etc. And I caught a great short over here at around 6K. I'm telling you guys where I realized this mistake was so dire, okay? I caught a great short here. I was not just short, I was also net short my entire portfolio because I had no Bitcoin. I sold it all into cash, right? So I had a short trade as well as net short Bitcoin, and Bitcoin came down to 3K. So now I'm looking at my entire cash position and my trade position. I'm like, man, I can get so much Bitcoin. But if you think back in hindsight, that $37,000 mistake I made, if I had that 37K extra, I could have bought around 8 to 10 Bitcoin in this region, 8 to 10 Bitcoin more. Again, at the time, it didn't matter too much. But you look back to today, 8 to 10 Bitcoin, guys, is a $250,000 mistake. That mistake was a $250,000 mistake, and it doesn't seem too long ago, right? This time flew, and I look back at that, and that pain is worse now. That pain is worse now than you would have expected that pain to be way more or during this region, right? But I let it go. But now when I look back, I'm like, damn. So yeah. And why did we go through that mistake? Because we were still in the bullish mindset, even though extreme bullish mindset, by the way, even though the market turned, even though the market had clearly fucking turned. We were still bullish because we were benching to what prices were, right? And as low as prices go, guys, prices will fucking go down even more, right? It's gone down 90%, it'll fucking go down another 90%, and then another 90%. You think that math doesn't work? It does, okay? We didn't make that mistake again this time around. You guys remember? All I asked for Christmas was Santa to hold Bitcoin's monthly 10 SMA. As soon as we lost it, our mindsets started shifting drastically. Like just that mindset shift is enough to save you what would turn into a $250,000 mistake for us, right? That's how you can become a millionaire.
Yeah.
By just not making a mistake over here, having 250K extra over here, and then all you need is Bitcoin to 4x, and that's $1 million right there. Note that one story down, right? There's so many other ways that you can just.
And I think a lot of people could have gotten there if it wasn't for, making these small, these small mistakes in the market that costed them big in the grand scheme, right? Because it's all about allocation of your profits and how much you're able to preserve for when the time is right to be able to jump in, right? Just not messing up is going to get you to that 7-figure mark. And that's why, guys, because we went through this pain, I was telling Sean, I'm like, should I start with candlesticks first? I was trying to organize the course. I'm like, no. Let's figure out what really caused us the most freaking pain when we first began. What really forced us into this journey? It was that big blunder. Because that was a $250,000 mistake now that you look at it forward, right? So that's why, guys, the market cycle and market movements and your trading styles, understanding your personality and how you can sort of mold trading around your personality and your lifestyle, that's going to help you actually stay in this game. All right, that's what's gonna help you become profitable. So go ahead, check it out. Early birds,
All right,
the early
yeah.
bird
The,
sale is still on.
the most ridiculous thing is that Krisha insists on keeping this price of 249, right?
It's-
I guess it's because it's a bear market and she wants to reward those of you actually here during this phase.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's that's because you're here. You guys deserve that 50% off, 249 only. So go ahead and check it out. I'll be linking this down in the description below, of course. With that, guys, any questions on Bitcoin? Let's hear it.
we appreciate you, Krisha. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Alina.
I think this is an essential component of education, theory, and application when done right versus wrong. How can she? Yeah, yeah. And you know, Lena, you've been here with us on this journey, and you've been on with the crypto journey, right? Regardless of the being on the mango journey. That's why you can really feel and appreciate what was just discussed. The sad part is a lot of new traders are just gonna inherently be arrogant and cocky and make these mistakes anyway, because until you go through that pain, it doesn't stick with you. The light bulb doesn't go off saying, man, this is so effing important. What's especially when you find an innovation sector that is automatically going to make you money, all you really need to do is not F up and survive to catch the ride, right? That's all you really need to do, right? But everyone wants the win. Learn how to not lose.
Yeah.
And the win is just a consequence of being part of a booming market.
There we go. That was really well said.
I have my moments.
Sean had one of his moments. Any other questions on Bitcoin, guys? Let's go on to some of the lower time frames. Oh.
This is the 4-hour time frame, right? We have 1 hour 45 minutes for this 4 hour to get filled. You think? What do you guys think? Spam, yes or no? Does Bitcoin fill up at least half of this candle? We're looking for 28,798 within the next hour and a half before the next war candle goes. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for Bitcoin to fill.
You can get rid of, I'll just get rid of these lines.
Mad Eye says yes. Susie says yes.
Susie says no.
Alina says no. Oh no, Susie says no. I'm just reading yes. I'm reading what I want to read. I know, tough one, says Frank.
There are a couple of
the
things.
sentiment is no.
There are a couple of things that are playing out here, right? So a couple of videos ago, I brought up a pattern play to your attention, guys. We actually had a head and shoulders breakout right here. For those of you who did not spot it, this was it, right? This right here was the head and shoulders pattern. Left head and right shoulder. And so if I just go ahead and plot in that neckline, okay, notice where we bounced off of, and this is what I technically wanted to see. I wanted to see price actually defend that neckline. All right, I want to see a bounce. I want to see bulls stepping on that support. Now, luckily, it was not just the neckline that got tested, but there was so much confidence in that area. You had the dynamic, right? That green box chart traced the dynamic. Then you had, well, bottom of the cloud. So there's a lot going on. But now this is technically morphed into something else. And you know what? This all actually might have played out, Sean. Like, let's look at it from the break. Get to the measured move, almost to the head and shoulders measured move, guys. But this technically also morphed now into a cup and handle-like formation. Do you see it?
Yep.
Do you guys see it?
Yeah.
That's the cup.
That's
This breakdown was the handle, and this was a break.
Ooh, good catch. Really good catch.
Measured move. Anybody? 31.7K. Back up to those wick highs right there.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah.
Susie says sideways. Mikey says sentiment is too bearish, sad because the market was bullish before the news.
But so we don't have a confirmation just yet, though, right? We're still waiting on
what's
confirmation.
What's going on, Julian?
Anyone got a?
Julian will fill us in.
We need like another screen with just like, you know, the Bitcoin news running in.
from Cointelegraph.
Yeah. Imagine if that was the initial plan. You know, be like, guys, let's just announce a fake ETF news, something that's bullish, put in our short orders at around 29, 30K, and boom. I mean, that's a lot of power if you really think about it. That's a lot of power.
Okay, can you check US oil for me?
Aye, aye, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. US oil, what's going on? He's dumping, sort of.
We don't want this to go up.
No, that's gonna add more inflation pressures, right?
It could also be a sign of the market pricing in the war escalating. Okay, so we have news that could come in from different sides now, guys. While the Bitcoin ETF news might be extremely bullish, it could get completely negated and then some by any pressures or any news that shows inflation pressures, namely the war escalating, right? Because again, if Iran does decide to enter the war, they are a huge supplier of oil. I'm not sure how the US responds to that. Sanctions, I don't think they can sanction Iran on that, because I think China is one of Iran's biggest, if not only, buyers, and China is going to tell USA, F you, we're still buying, because they're not buying with US dollars anyways. They're buying with rubles, I believe, I'm not sure. But there's a lot that could happen, right? It's still going to impact this. So, and it's going to be temporary though. I think that's going to be temporary, but things could turn ugly. So let's go look at what Dixie's doing as well. What are your thoughts? Do you think this is going further up?
I mean, if you're just playing this off of like pure TA, let's face it, this looks like it wants to break out a bit more. Look at that previous weekly candle. Like that was a strong that was a strong move on Dixie's chart, right? I mean, Max, if you're looking at TA, fine. You know what? You could sort of draw in a resistance region right around here, right? But there is still strength on this. Strength is strength. We're looking at dollar index might actually go up.
This hasn't put in a single high or low.
Look at this. Look at this run.
Yeah, but at one point you got to look at the equilibrium analysis, right? And let's go do that really quickly. I saw. Yeah, we're too far away from the tanking, guys. This is a C-span trade right here, right? So this is how you can use the Ichimoku to your advantage. When you see the Kijun separate away from the Tenkin this far away, or vice versa, if the Tenkin's above, and especially the market's respecting the Kijun right there.
Yeah.
C-clamp trade opportunity where we see Dixie return all the way back down to 101. That's going to be a huge tailwind for the markets. And I remember what tailwind means, guys. If this is your airplane, tailwind means we're pushing from the tail, right? It helps the market fly further to the upside. So headwinds would be the other way around, where there's pressure coming from the front of the plane. So this would be a tailwind. The market coming down, right? Dixie coming down is going to be a tailwind for risk markets.
Brendan says, thanks for jumping on this morning, guys. So helpful to have live analysis on a volatile Monday morning. Hey, anytime, man.
Yeah.
We really like actually jumping in when things get volatile, because that's when, you know, people are having the most fun. Everyone's sort of glued to their charts. So always a pleasure doing the analysis.
For those of you who are just tuning in, let me again summarize what we're looking for. Okay, we do not get ultra bullish until we see a weekly candle close above that blue Tenkin. I've been saying that now for a very long time, for months now. I know it's boring, but boring keeps you safe, and you're seeing why now, right? And remember what I'm saying, weekly candle close. We're waiting for the week to close above that. So this move happened on a Monday, and as painful as it is to sit and just watch it play out, that's what you got to do to avoid the longer term mistakes. Be like, it's Monday, I can't do anything till Sunday. I got to wait till we see this week play out, right? And that would have protected you from FOMOing over here.
Yeah. This level, guys, comes in at around $28,298. Pull up your Ichimoku Cloud with Mango settings. For those of you who do not have any Mango settings, we'll give you access to the mango ribbon. Just get into the Discord, PM either me or Sean, and we'll shoot you access to the mango ribbon, and you'll get access to a bunch of EMAs as well as the Ichimoku Cloud with our settings. Now I actually have a very interesting question that I want us to go over. If the war if we see the war escalate, do you actually think there's a chance of a move like this, like what we saw during the COVID phase?
I think so up until this weekend, like Thursday-ish, I believe, people weren't too concerned about the war escalating. Not too concerned, okay? Now that we're seeing things develop, we're beginning to see the markets price that in. They should be pricing that in at the very least, right? So what happened in COVID was people are just completely shooing the matter off, saying, yeah, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. And we had a lot of people really position bullish, especially in crypto, for that big halving run.
Right.
And then COVID's reality hit everyone by surprise. I don't know whether people are going to be all that surprised this time. And in fact, it might be the other way around, because you might be seeing a lot of people put in hedges, a lot of people buying puts, right? And all of that needs to unwind to the upside. Because just like you saying, hey, do you think we see a COVID-like scenario? There are other people who are still scarred emotionally from what happened in 2020.
Right.
They're going to be placing their bets to protect, right? They are going to be placing insurance bets. Even though they're leaning bullish, they're like, hey, listen, I don't want to go through that again. I'm going to be hedging my portfolio through some means or the other, right? So I think enough time has passed by, enough news has come out where the market likely is already pricing in some risk tail event, right? So no, I don't know. We need to see something drastic for the markets to come down.
Yeah.
Something drastic, like nuclear sort of surprise.
Yeah. So, but ultimately, I think for Bitcoin's chart at the very least, I think it's going to show in price action first. So just heed to these levels, guys. Just heed to your TA, heed to price action, because it's likely going to keep you on the right side of all of the massive events that could, hit the charts like a bomb. Okay. So yeah, any questions, guys, before we wrap up? Susie says BlackRock says no approval yet, so there we have it. This is likely gonna sell off.
Well, no, like guys, ignore the wick, but what you should not ignore was that Bitcoin held the bottom of the weekly cloud. Bitcoin held the dynamic too, the weekly dynamic as well. Bitcoin held key levels, okay? That was real, okay? And throughout the day, Bitcoin did rally to the top of the range. That was real. This news propelled everyone to get into positions because the structure of the market was looking so good. So think about this. We just got a clue into how the market will react on bullish news. One of the worries that you should have been having as a bull, okay, was, okay, if we get this bullish news, will the market even care? Because if the market doesn't care, that's bearish in itself. Okay, the market clearly cares. The market clearly cares, and you know what? It may happen. The real news may come out like months later when everyone forgets about the Zoic, and the Zoic is going to be nothing in hindsight. It's going to mean nothing. It may happen months later, weeks later. Who knows? But you guys remember what happened here in those 5 minutes, in those 10 minutes. Remember, because when the news settles in for hours, for days, for weeks, we are going to see a candle that will dwarf anything you've seen in a very, very long time. Especially on the monthly time frame.
Oh yeah. Step in the right direction, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly, Daniel.
Any other questions, guys, before we wrap up? Any levels, targets that you guys want us to sort of go over again? Just let us know.
Julian says neckline of the CNH is a weekly level too.
Yeah, that's guys, that's the Tenkin.
Yeah.
So the neckline of the cup and handle that I just drew out for you guys, let's just go ahead and just draw that out once again. Clear everything else, fix my scale, okay, that's good. This is the cup handle. I didn't draw this line out just now. This is the weekly Tenkin.
Mm.
So the same weekly Tenkin, us breaking the weekly Tenkin is also us effectively activating the cup and handle formation. Alright, what is the measured move for that? 31.7, 31.9k. Alright,
We can
so
go
we're
ahead and
going
draw in a
back.
horizontal and then mark it as a target. People can take a screenshot and we can wrap up the stream. Right, be like, this is the level to break, that is the level we're looking for, etc., etc.
Alright, so let's do that.
And that's our 4-day edge-to-edge trade, by the way. FYI. It's
Okay.
also our 4-day edge-to-edge trade.
Yeah, 32k is the measured move of the cup and handle leg formation. But when does it really get activated? As soon as we break 28.2k. Take note of it if you have to. Okay, 28.2k. Till this day, guys, I've been doing this for years, and I still take note of all of my my triggers and my targets. Alright, that way I have everything nicely, succinctly drawn out for me, and I'm not missing anything when my trade actually does go off. So yeah, 28.2k, and then 32,000 as the target.
So Susie asks, upright head and shoulders forming. When you say upright, are you referring to...
Oh, she's talking about the
this-
weekly. You're talking about the weekly, right, Susie?
Oh, she's talking about this.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts
This,
on that?
yeah, this is so. In fact, we had a conversation.
I don't
on
know, this negates it. So Susie, in my opinion, this move over here kind of negates it unless this ends up being a trap like this, right? So what you guys are looking for, let's go remove, oops, we shouldn't do that. Remove everything. So basically, left head, and then this ends up being the right shoulder, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, this shoulder is too high.
But that's market rejection right now. So
That's true.
let's put
That's
it this way, okay? The market rejected price above about that 28.2k. You gotta take it for the information it's giving you right now, and that is market freaking rejection.
So it's a good point though, Susie, because let's say the market has rejected that, right?
Yeah.
We do put in a right shoulder, okay? At that point you ignore the wick and you look at the structure. You know, a really good trick, guys, is use your line chart. Okay, it'll keep yourself really it'll remove noise, and keep yourself pretty objective, because you can see the structure of what's going on here, and you can see the head and shoulders forming over here, right? So that wick is gone, right? You look at the line chart, wait for this to break, and then ask yourself, wait a minute, or not even break, just losing this level here at 26,662. Red flag should be going off in your head, saying, are we seeing things in the global scene deteriorate? Are we seeing things escalate? Because then we have the structure for a risk event that you mentioned, Grisha, where it takes Bitcoin down really deep. At that point we have a measured move.
20k, I think.
Right? Again, you stay true to what you're using, which is only the line chart, no wicks allowed, and you'll be looking towards, yeah, look at how well that lines up, guys. Just using the line chart, removing all wicks, right? Target right there. Now this isn't as aggressive of a move as the COVID move, because that took us from 9k to 3k, a level no one thought we'd see. So I think an equivalent move this time around would be 8,000 Bitcoin. 8,000 Bitcoin. That would be the COVID. Yeah. That was her face when I mentioned 3k back in 2019. I'm like, guys, this pattern points to 3.6k. And
Just
she,
like, what?
do you remember this?
I'm on a live stream, and I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. He draws it like there's a big, massive,
It was somewhere around here.
falling wedge. He's like, see guys, this could just continue, and if it continues in this wedge, we're gonna go all the way down to $3,000. And I looked at him, and I was so freaking appalled. I'm like, really? 3K?
we
Are
did.
you out of your mind? And yeah,
We did.
we did. We got down to 3K. So every time Sean
I
has
don't know
like
how
a
I got that measured
ridiculous
move.
target, just take note of it, just in case.
I don't even know how we came up with that.
It was that. You basically
No.
stretch the lines out.
No, but how did I come up with the target? Anyways,
Because if you stretch
go back and watch the live stream, guys.
If you stretch it out enough, you'll get to
Oh,
3K.
right, I see what you mean. I see what
Right?
you
If
mean.
you stretch it out enough, you're gonna get down to 3K.
No, it was I think because it tapers, something like that we did. No.
Yeah, but anyways, this was his analysis, and it came true.
It was a measured move. It wasn't just stretching out the. Anyways, that's it.
It was fun.
I didn't take it seriously either. And that's the thing though, right? It's a number that no one would take seriously, right? Bitcoin revisiting 3K seemed so ridiculous at the time that even when I drew out the measured move, I'm like, nah, it's not gonna get there. Because I had the same reaction. So these emotions, guys. The market will target the areas of most pain.
Absolutely.
Krishna's gonna feel very poor at $8,000.
Oh, like, haven't we endured enough? Must you do this again? I would literally choke at that point. Alrighty, guys.
All right, I think.
This pretty much wraps up today's analysis. You guys have the levels. You know what to look for the next breakout. You know what target we're gunning for. You know the key pattern plays. And if you just got here, this live stream I'll just keep it out there for those of you who want to rewind, and we'll look back at the analysis. Any final thoughts, Sean?
No, Chris says that Bitcoin heading to 3,000 is possible in the monthly.
Don't say that, Chris.
Don't jinx it, man.
Don't jinx it.
And he has a Canadian flag on it.
Oh, come on now.
Chris, join the Mango Grove, man. We need more Canadians in there. We
Canada's going through enough. We don't need Bitcoin going down to 3K.
Yeah.
We don't need that.
Can you please discuss the target of OMG? We'll do all coins in a different stream.
Yeah.
Because then if we do an altcoin for you, Suvik, then we're gonna have to do one for everyone. We're gonna feel guilty because that's just how we are. And then we're doing 10, 15 altcoins, and the stream goes up to 2 hours. Susie's clearly short. She's like, I'm gonna be rich if it goes down to 3K.
Are you sure? Everyone gets to collect too.
Hey both, love you guys. Do y'all have origins from Goa? We don't reveal where we're from for safety reasons. But join the Discord. Over there we're a lot more public.
Yeah. With the Discord family, you guys know a lot more about us. Alright guys, we hope you guys enjoy this live stream. Of course, it's going to be out there for you guys to rewind and get the targets once again. And if you guys want to keep up with all of these levels, especially the dynamic levels, make sure you're hitting the sub, because I will be bringing them up on every daily Bitcoin video that I do. Alrighty, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. With this, do it the easy way. Do it the stress-free way. Bitcoin is not going down to 8K, nor is it going down to 3K. We're going up, okay? Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.